Okay, if everyone can take their seats, we're going to start in about 3 minutes. 3-minute warning. If everyone can start taking their seats, we're going to start in 3 minutes. Thank you. Can you hear me, Auntie Mickey? Louder? Louder? Sign language? Louder. Okay, can you hear me now? All right, that was a 3-minute warning, so if everybody can take their seats, we'd like to get started on time now in 2 minutes. Okay, can you hear me now? A few announcements before we start the formal program. Number one, restrooms are out the door, down the hall, across from the elevators. That's usually the most important announcement. Number two, I don't know if I want to really say this one, but I will. Parking validations, if you were able to park in the building and you got a validation ticket, you can get it validated at the front desk and it's going to cost you $10. Now, here's the thing. We were just told at 3:30 this afternoon, the hotel informed us that the parking lot at Macy's and Ala Moana is really off limits now as of this afternoon. We don't know if they're going to do anything or not to us, but I was told up the ramp there's a sign with the QR code on it. If you use that QR code, you can punch in your license plate, you can punch in how many hours you plan to be here, and the cost is not too bad. We had somebody that tried that. There's somebody that said they saw one of the security guards down there and said, "Can he park here?" And he said, "I don't see anything," but that's not a guarantee. And if you are concerned, because if they do get your license plate and tag you, there may be a fine involved. So we're just giving you a warning this time. We don't know what may happen, but if you are concerned, you may want to try the QR code, or someone else took their car and put it downstairs and walked up the stairs down there on the Ala Moana Shopping Center side. So, also, if you didn't get a name tag out there or you didn't fill in the information that they're asking for, please do that, because we'd like to get all of your contact information. Also, the event this evening is being live streamed. So have your best smile on. People from all over can log in on YouTube and see it, and you can also see it later on. I think that might be it. Maybe one more. We got a live wire from Mrs. G, who I call Auntie Urusai because Urusai in Japanese means bothersome or boisterous. Greetings from West Virginia. This is your favorite librarian, Mrs. G, who was at HMA for 29 years. Those are some of the best years of my life. I have made many fond memories of students and faculty members. I was planning to be with you all, but my husband, Malin Harris, was not feeling well and was in the hospital for 3 days and just came home on Friday and is back to normal. I thought I'd stay home even if he said I should come join you. Want to wish you all a wonderful, blessed evening as you meet your fellow classmates and friends. Whether you enjoyed or did not enjoy your years at HMA, you are the best today because of your experience there. Think and focus on Camp Erdman, basketball, games, class gets-togethers, Bible camp, and all the fun times. Jesus is coming back soon to take his people to heaven, so plan on our next reunion in heaven with Jesus as our guest speaker. God bless you all. See you there. Love, Mrs. G. So that was from... Yeah, that's a nice little note, huh? And I was looking for the PS that said, PS, please send $100 for whatever, because you know Mrs. G. But she spared us this evening, so that's it. Okay, are we ready to roll? Auntie Gail. Ready? All right. You have to, I have to apologize to you because I have to refer to my notes because I have brain fog. And I didn't just get it, I had it since high school, so please pardon me. Here we go. Good evening and aloha. It's so good to see all of you here this evening at our HMA celebration of 100 years. Thank you for coming. For those of you who don't know me, my name is John Kono, class of 1973. Woo! As you can see, I brought my hired fans over here. Great job, guys. Keep it up all evening, okay? All right. Some people, I'll be your MC for this evening. Some people think I look like Emperor Hirohito. And when they see me, they bow. Some people think I look like Mr. Miyagi from The Karate Kid. And when they see me, they go, hey, wax on, wax off, wax on. And then some people, when they see me, they bow and go. I just prefer the bow, okay? All of you look marvelous tonight. To say that you just graduated, what, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago? You guys look wonderful. A lot of you didn't even change. I don't know what happened to me. I take my 96-year-old mother to the doctor's office, and they look at us and they say to my mother, hey, tell your husband to wait over there. Okay, I'll go over there and I'll wait. And that's not all. When I went to Malcolm and Lambert's father's memorial service, they had old men dressed up in 101st Battalion uniforms. And one old man came up to me and looked me in the face and he goes, are you 442nd? Are you 42nd? I'm going, dang. There's 2 times people thought I was 90 years old. So all I can say is, sorry, honey, you married a dud or a dude, man. For those of you who didn't attend or graduate from HMA and you're not an alumnus, I know it's natural to feel a little tentative, reserved, or left out. However, we want you to know that all family and friends are a part of this extended HMA family and Ohana. Just act like you're at your own high school reunion and that you don't recognize anybody because you haven't seen them for so long, and you'll be just fine. Relax, sit back, enjoy the evening, and thank you for being a part of this celebration. This is wonderful to see so many people out. I give yourselves a big hand here, man. We'd like to thank all of you who came from afar to attend this event. We know that it was challenging for you to try and plan to be here, especially with the 2 cancellations. The COVID's still going around, and I know that you had to think, well, should we go, should we not go? And it's like crying wolf the 3rd time. But the committee decided that we needed just to do it. Whoever shows up, shows up. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. But we are just so thankful for the crowd that has come over the whole weekend. Thank you. So, yeah. So I just want to take a few minutes to acknowledge those who have come from afar. Anybody from Waianae? Oh, there's one. Thank you. That's a long way. Anybody from the neighbor islands? Hey, Kauai. Wow, we got a bunch of them. Thank you for coming. Anybody from the mainland? Wow. Woo! Thank you for being here. We have someone here from the North Pole. Whoop. Sorry, my handwriting. It's North Shore. Never had good handwriting. Anybody from out of the country? Oh, from Japan. Wow, all the way from Japan. Thank you for being here. Where's Stephen Kumalai? Is he here? He's from Bermuda? Bermuda. Wow. Anybody just happen to walk by the door looking and say, hey, free food? Is Andy here? Rodriguez? Okay. He would have been the one. Are there any current, former principal, staff from HMA through the years? There you go. Rick Roy. There were a few others that I saw during the weekend. Thank you for being here, Rick. At this time, I'd like to call up our HMA Alumni President, Dr. Russell Kim. Where are you, Russell? Give this guy a big hand. He's a big instigator of this.
All right, aloha. Good evening, everyone. Man, this is a sight for sore eyes to see all of you guys here after this past 2 years of waiting and trying to figure everything out. So, again, thank you all for being here. So, you guys all had a great weekend. Who went to Friday? Everyone went to Friday? Saturday? Yesterday? Wasn't it a great program? And all of us getting together for those 2 days? Wasn't it really good? So Friday, we had the Vespers. It was great. Saturday, church. We had Uncle Mike and Esther leading that out. Wasn't that awesome? And then we had this, this morning, the 3-on-3 basketball led up by Greg Nakashima. Thanks, Greg. Really good for all the young guys. So, again, we have a great program here today. A&A is going to be in the house. Johnny's nephew and Greg and Jasmine's kids. Grant is going to be here. So, can't wait to hear from Yutaka and from Alan. Thank you for being here as well. And where's the governor? Governor's supposed to be here too, huh? Oh, there he is. Okay, hey. All right, the governor's here, and Mrs. Wahei told me to call her Auntie Lynn. But who had Mrs. Wei as your teacher? Can you call her Auntie Lynn? Kind of hard, yeah? Okay, Auntie Lynn, I'll call you Auntie Lynn. Okay. So yeah, so this past 2 years, we had to cancel, but we weren't just sitting around. So last year in January, we had the 101 fundraiser. Did any of you folks see that in January? We raised over $150,000 in donations and in-kind gifts. So thank you all for those that participated. In June, we had our alumni Sabbath as well, held up in the gym. And it was streamed live. And I know Johnny mentioned about live streaming. It's going on right now. But, that was really spearheaded by mainly 2 former student missionaries to Hawaii Mission Academy. George Garola, right over here. He was a student missionary in 99 to 2000. And then Matt Webster, who was here from 2012 and 13 to 2015. I tell you, these guys totally rock in doing all of this. You guys don't know how the challenges it took to just be here tonight. It is amazing, and hats off to them. Now, again, all of this couldn't have been done by just a few people. I mean, it took a committee, and a bunch of us have put our minds and time to putting this all together. So I'm gonna thank them, and a lot of times you do thanks at the end, but I'm gonna do it right now for my committee. So, Karen Patey, class of 71, thank you for being my vice president. Again, helping this out as well. Maria Aseo Kaneshiro, she's not here today, but she has been my secretary and doing all of my minutes. I had a former treasurer here, Ali Hall, actually, Alma Kalma. I have a hard time calling her Ali. Class of 85. Esther Olivero Nakashima, class of 81. Doing the music yesterday and Friday. Say hi, Esther. I know she's kind of short, kind of hard to see her. Lisa Iroho Leonardo, way in the back. Thank you, Lisa. She has been my right hand during this whole event. I couldn't have done it without her. Gail Yamashiro Onuma, right here. Thank you, Gail. She's right over there. Stand up, Gail, so everybody can see you. She put this whole thing together. She did this whole thing for us tonight. So thank you, Gail. And then, because of the COVID, we had to all learn how to do Zoom, right? When I first Zoom, I thought it was running fast. No, you're on the computer, right? And these 3 individuals have joined us because of Zoom, and they're on the committee. Again, Mike Nalawai, Uncle Mike Nalawai, again, spent his expertise in this and helping us to get us going. Gary Kerstetter, class of 73. Where's Gary? Here he is back there. Thank you, Gary, for being a part of the committee. Colin Siao, he couldn't make it today. Class of 77. He really helped out in lending us to get organized as well. And then, of course, a wonderful MC, Johnny Kono, class of 73, right over here. Again, he was a big part of our group. Marshall Freitas, class of 83, right over here, helping us out. Joey Freitas, class of 86. Sorry he couldn't be here today, but he was a big help as well. Michelle Conray, class of 92, helped us out as well, and she's on the mainland. And then Auntie Rhoda, my Auntie Rhoda, class of 1955, a big part of our committee. And then we had Joe Lee, our principal, way back there. He'll be coming up in a little bit. But thank you, Joe, for being part of our committee. And then there's people who are part or organizing this, but not part of the committee. I'd like to recognize Radford Nakamura. I don't know if he's here today, but he did all the programs. He printed all the programs, and he really helped us out for this. And then my dad, he couldn't make it. He's going to take pictures. He was taking pictures this whole weekend. I don't know if you know a guy, old guy, taking pictures on Friday. It's kind of annoying, going up to people and say, come here, take pictures. So thank you to my dad. Yeah, that was my dad. Okay. So I want to recognize actually some outstanding alumni. We're going to make this an award. You know, these are people, two individuals, their love for HMA, the mission for the school, and have spent countless hours going above and beyond to give back to the students here at HMA. This person, for the last 2 years, took over Mayday program. I mean, just took it over and made it her own. She taught them the music, the dances, pushed the students to do their very best, getting there early mornings, staying late. She was there so much that the students thought that she was part of the staff. They'll say, oh, let's go do this. We can have this individual to come and watch us. He goes, no, I'm not staff, she told me. I'm not staff. So, you know, she was there so much that Joe Lee, principal, gave her her own room. This is while working full-time, her full-time job, and also she was my right-hand person for organizing and registration this event. So I'd like to recognize Lisa Leonardo. Lisa Rohan Leonardo. My second person, you know, he left home 3 years ago from a cush job, I think, and became because of a mission to minister to young people here at HMA. If you're fortunate to hear him speak on graduation this past weekend, you'll never forget it. You know it was the Lord's calling for him to be the dormitory dean here at HMA. Not only through good food, music, and great leadership skills did he have a positive influence on the students, but by his daily living and his unselfish habit of his character. He shared God's love and inspired the people around him. I'd like to recognize Marshall Freitas. All right, everyone, hang on to your seats. We have a great program, and aloha. Come on, Johnny.
As Russell mentioned, it took a lot of people to put this together, and boy, did they work hard planning it 3 times. So I went there. I wanted to recognize them too on my own, so I went down to Chinatown, Mauna Kea Street, Cindy's Lay Stand, and asked them to make the most beautiful lei they have. Don't worry about the cost. And I went to pick them up, and so I will be giving them myself. Is Mauna Kea Street special leis. When you see it on them, please go up and thank them for all the work they did. And then I also have plastic bags so you can put them in there and keep them fresh for like 10 years. Yeah. All right? Is Eric here? No? Okay. We were going to introduce our special guest. I guess Eric and his wife Deanna couldn't make it, and he's the new president of the Hawaii Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. But we do have our own Mickey Nelson, superintendent of education of our schools, and her husband, Pastor Tim Nelson here, pastor of the Kaneohe Church. If you just wave your hand, we already got your leis, so thank you for being here. We have former governor and first lady, John and Lynn Wahei. Can you please sing here? Did you know that John and Lynn served for 2 consecutive terms from 1986 to 1994, if I'm correct? And that's John's claim to fame. My claim to fame was when he was running for lieutenant governor. I got to drive him to a few coffee hours and town meetings. Was really smooth, yeah, John. No more bumps, no more whiplash. You got there on time. All right. Oh, my wife was doing that too. Introduction of our featured guests. We have Dr. Yutaka Niihara and his wife Sumi. Thank you for coming and being here. Alan Ho and his wife Adele. Yutaka is a class of 78, Alan Ho was class of 65, and Adele was class of 60. Excuse me? Oh, don't? Oh, yeah, duh, yeah. Class of none of your business. I got it. Phew, got it in time, I think. We're going to have a prayer now. By Mark McKay.
Can I make this thing a little bit taller here? I'll have to lean over. It's set for the MC. My name is Mark Kavika McKay. I am the class of Umikumaeva, Kanawalakumahiku, 1987. I think there's 4 of us in the house, yep. Hawaiian Mission Academy has always had a rich and steep tradition in the perpetuation of Hawaiian culture, in particular our Olelo Makuahine, our mother tongue. We know this and we've come to appreciate this truth in the memory we hold of Tutu Mary Abigail Kaveno Ulo Kalani, Ahiaka Polio Pele, Nalele Hua Apele Wigan Pukui. Our hallowed halls are situated on the former royal estate of Ali'i Wahine, Abigail Wahi'i Ka'ahu Ula Campbell Kavananakoa. And as Charles E. King would compose, He no keia no e kalani, e kau'i no heo Hawaiine. I would also be remiss to not take a quick pause during my tenure at Hawaiian Mission Academy to extend my aloha to everyone we know her as Auntie Ray. Because Auntie Ray was probably one of the few Hawaiians on that campus that would teach us, even at that time, what it meant to be Hawaiian. Not by teachings per se, not classes, but just by her ano, her presence, her kulana, the way she stood, the way she shared her aloha, her sense of grace, a sense of worth, a sense of belonging to each and every one of us as haumana. I'm also reminded here with Governor John David Waihee III, hashtag still my gov, in his advocacy in his time, in his early time, to recognize the needs of our people, and through the revitalization of Olelo Makuahine, through such efforts as the Con, establishment of Office of Hawaiian Affairs, but more importantly, the Year of the Hawaiian, which kind of launched into things like bilingual education and in Hawaiian immersion schools. And for all of us now that in different ways, I see Brother Grant here and his perpetuation through Hawaiian music, and many of us who continue to do the things we need to do to perpetuate our culture. I would like to briefly share the real reason why I'm standing here before you. I am the great-great-great-grandson of John McKay, who we affectionately call Tutu Haole, who came to Hawaii around the age of 12 from Coleraine Londonderry to help establish what would become the He'ia Sugar Plantation. He was also a charter member of the Adventist establishment in Hawaii. Well, Tutu Haole had 6 children in his lifetime. My ohana stems from the Hiapo, Louis Mahiai McKay. Tutu Haule's muli, or his youngest child, was one Robert John Kapuna Ko McKay. He is the namesake for whom McKay Hall is named. To the best of my knowledge, and as shared in our family circles, my great-great-granduncle was one of the first island-based converts of the Adventist faith, and he was also one of the first ordained ministers from Hawaii of Native Hawaiian ancestry. Born in 1885, so during the kingdom, if we put context to King David Kalakaua, Elder Kapuna Ko McKay left his home in 1906, where he attended San Fernando Academy, and then went on to Loma Linda to become a nurse and a medical evangelist. He then returned back home to Hawaii, first in Hilo, then on to Maui, where in both places he established an outpatient clinic. In 1931, radio broadcasting was a primary means to get the message out of our Adventist faith. And through the works with C.R. Webster, Elder McKay would oftentimes be heard on the radio preaching in Hawaiian. Also, to the best of my knowledge, some of the Adventist material and literature that was translated into Hawaiian was done by Elder McKay. The full impact of his faith would be revealed through time as my great-grandparents, Kila Jack McKay, a carpenter, and Marion Keahilama Kani'o Puna Kani'au, would give up their faithful service first at the Kapa'a Seventh-day Adventist Church and then Wai'anae Seventh-day Adventist Church. Their oldest son, Alexander Laukakila McKay, who was my grandfather but my Hanai dad, would also continue and perpetuate our love for culture and love for language with his work as the first elder of the Wai'anae Church. And as my father would do when we assemble in a place like this, he would always front it that when we gather of one thought, one spirit, one heart, one breath, that is aloha. So let us bow our heads and hearts, and in the spirit of aloha, pulikako. Auhea oi kamakua lani, ka mea nana I hana I ka lani a me ka honua. Ea māko ki a ko'oko mai nei mua o me ka haahaa me ka mahalo nui a oi na pō mai ka ihi nui haawi a māko. E ololo I ke a kua I noho pū oi me māko, ai alaka I mai nā hana liki olo I ki ahi ahi. O ia māko ka hui nei no ka paina, alumni o ke Hula Hawaiian Mission Academy. Mahalo ia oi te atua mana loa no ka makana o ka ho'onau au, o ka vaivai i'o, o ka hoi lina o ko māko ka hua, o ke kula ki e noho nei maka aina o ka banana koa. Mahalo ia oi no kia manawa e ho'olau lea ai nā hamana, nā kumu, nā kāko'o, nā limahana a me nā ohana o ia I kula nei. Nā ono I malama mai ia māko a pau, e wāno ho'i ke ia no ka ho'omana'o ana, me ka ho'o hano ana I nā mea I hala. A me nā hulu kupuna I aloha nui ia māko. E olo I ke akua e kao kou lima aloha ma luna māko a pau loa ki ahi ahi. Mahalo ina alakai a me nā limahana a pau loa ki ia hopena pule. A mahalo I ka mea ai ho mākau ia ai me ke aloha a me ka mai au I mea ho o la mai a ko māko o la kino. E hui kala mai ka māko lawe hala ana. Nā mea hewa o ka waha ai ole nā mea kupuna ole. Nā ono I ke akua I ka pai aku maka au ai alaka I mai a māko I ke ala kupono. Our kind and gracious Heavenly Father, the great creator of the heavens and of the earth, we come before you assembled in this time with humbled hearts to give thanks for the blessings that you have bestowed upon each and every one of us. Ke akua, you are here with us as you continue to guide us through this evening as we come to celebrate in this banquet of alumni for Hawaiian Mission Academy. We thank you, Lord, the great almighty Ke akua, for the gifts of wisdom, of values, and of legacy that has become our foundation at our school that sits and resides upon the aina of Kamananakoa. We thank you, Lord, for this time to celebrate with students, with teachers, with supporters, and with the ohana that are assembled here this evening. You continue to guide us and be with us, and we want to take a special pause right now to simply remember and give thanks for those who cannot be with us, for those who have passed on, and for those special kupuna who have showed their love to us in our journeys to this point in time. Ke akua, we also ask for your continuing hand to be with us this evening. And as we continue to celebrate, we give thanks for everything you've done for us in the preparation of the food that has been given to us that strengthens not just our sustenance of the physical, but of the spiritual as well. And for all those things that we've come in short of your glory, Ke akua, we ask you for your guidance and to bring us back to a path of righteousness. No laila ke akua e a ka māko leo pule ha'aha I mua o, ke pule ne māko mai ka inoa ka ke hiva hiva Yesu Christo. Amen.
Thank you, Mark. Now, a centennial celebration wouldn't be fit without a snapshot of its history. So did you know that God had a plan? In 1895, the Seventh-day Adventist Church started a boarding school for boys of Chinese businessmen. The boys were sent there to learn English. And in 1897, it was named the Anglo-Chinese Academy. As enrollment grew, secondary grades were added, and the school was moved to the Keimoku Street property across from the old medical site and was renamed the Bethel Grammar School. It was now open to anyone who wanted to attend. Enrollment increased even more, and in 1920, the school was moved to the Makiki Street property with a focus on the teaching students about God, Christian morals and values, being the best that you can be, and service to mankind. The school was named or renamed Hawaiian Mission Academy and was located where the HMA Kalamaiki Elementary School is today. In 1949, a new campus was completed on former lands owned by the Princess Kawananakoa Estate. It is where the campus is presently located. HMA became the premier school in Hawaii for English as a second language for many, many years to come. Did you know that Mary Kavena Pukui, Hawaii's famous Hawaiian scholar, educator, composer, and dancer, was a member of the first graduating class in 1924. She is noted for creating the Hawaiian English Dictionary Some of you remember Uncle Jonah Kumalai, who was also a member of the first graduating class in 1924. And his son, Llewellyn Kumalai, is here this evening. Did you also know that Te Oro Funai, class of 1944, was referred to as the Hawaiian treasure by noted advertiser columnist Bob Krause, now retired, for Te Uro's contribution to boat building in Hawaii. As a young man, Te Uro helped his father, who came from Japan in 1917, to build the first fishing sampans in Hawaii. If you go to Uncle's restaurant, I don't know if they're still open, by Nico's, they were showing films of them catching those big ahis with the poles in the back of the sampans. That was Te Uro Funai's father's boat that they built. Te Uro also helped repair and maintain Princess Kawananakoa's koa canoes. He also repaired and maintained boats for one of the wealthiest couples in America who owned a ranch on the Big Island at the time. Also, did you know from the class of 1944, John Obata was an educator and one of the state's leading botanists in his time. He helped locate and catalog rare native Hawaiian plants, blazing new trails around the state. You can find his name referenced in Hawaii botanical books and publications. At this time, we like to present an award, and this award is for an alumnus who has gone over and above the duty of helping out the school, and this has to do with the endowment fund. We're going to talk a little bit later about the endowment fund, but Angie Kale, class of 1945, and I told you there was going to be, or did I, somebody that was 70 years graduated. I believe she's the oldest graduate here this evening, but we do have a special award for her. I'm not going to make you come up here. What I'll do is bring it down to you. But Angie, if you would please, can you stand? She came here especially to receive this award. Angie was responsible. There were many people involved in raising money for the endowment fund, and we'll go over that a little later. But she was responsible for picking up the ball when it needed to be picked up, and funding, becoming one of the first trustees of the fund, and was able to help us get it where it is today. So we really appreciate, at her age, coming in, wanting to be a part and help out and do what she did is phenomenal. So Angie, thank you so much for your... This next award, the person doesn't know he's getting it. It's a secret award. But for a while, the Alumni Association was not existent. It was sputtering. I did the president for 1 year, somebody else did it for another year, and it was like 1 or 2 years, and that was about it. And it eventually fizzled out. There was a number of years there was no Alumni Association. It was really, really sad. But our hero, Dr. Russell Kim, where are you, Dr. Russell Kim? Where's Russell? Oh, hey. Russell has taken the reins, built this organization up to where it is with his cohorts. For outstanding leadership and support, Russell, this award is for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's done it now for, I don't know, 6, 7 years or better. He's gotten all the young ones involved, and we're encouraging all of you alumni to be like a Russell, get involved, and help the school wherever you can. So, Russell, thank you so much, buddy.
Hey, too good, this guy, huh? Thank you.
Actually, it was a few of us that just had to do that, Russell, because look at this evening. Oh, by the way, Russell's a dentist, and when my youngest son, Chris Kono, class of 2006, and I can't believe he's here this evening, Chris. Woohoo! We need more young people to come out. Chris was an avid skateboarder. He was down at the skate park, and while he was skating, a kid went up on a skateboard, and Chris came down on a skateboard, and the kid's head and Chris's mouth collided. He broke his tooth. Half the tooth was stuck in the kid's head. We had to get it out. We had to call Uncle Russ and say, Uncle Russ, emergency. And Uncle Russ took Chris, patched the tooth up like new. Uncle Russ. Did you also know that Russell Kim's sister, class of 1983, was a graphic artist and a designer in New York, designed the Super Bowl logos and the NFL team logos? The reason why I knew this is because one day I saw Auntie Ann and Uncle Paul standing out in the hot Hawaiian sun, sweating profusely, wearing a heavy snow jacket. And I said, why are you wearing a heavy snow jacket in the hot Hawaiian sun? And they turned their backs around, and on the back of their snow jacket was XLV11, whatever it was, in the bright, vivid Super Bowl numerals. They were so proud, and if I were them, I would have been proud too. So, Russell, I mean, unbelievable, right? Let's give Rhonda a big hand. We lost Rhonda a couple of years ago. She was a class of 1983, but unbelievable. Also, did you know, let me check on my time here, because we don't want to eat late, right? Yeah. Also, did you know that Miriam Chang, class of 73, was selected to be the attending physician on a Hokulea voyage that sailed from New Zealand to wherever? What an honor. What an honor. The Hokulea. Miriam, raise your hand. Yeah. Ask her about that experience. I mean, that's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Did you also know that Miriam's family, when she was growing up and she was elementary school with her, that her family had 5 kids? Ricky, Billy, Anna, huh? Ricky, where's Ricky? Hey, Ricky, back there. Anna, Deborah, Miriam. And do you know this? You talk about commitment and dedication. They lived up in Pupukea. And this was back in the 60s and 70s. 5 kids, little Volkswagen, jump in the car every morning all the way to Hawaiian Mission Academy and Elementary School in the evening, all the way back to Pupukea. Now that is unbelievable. You got Annie Haginaka and Faye Haginaka from Haleiwa every morning, every evening. You know how far that is? Try driving there tomorrow morning. Then you had like the Riveras from Waianae every morning, all the way to Hawaiian Mission Academy and Elementary School. You talk about dedication and commitment, unbelievable. And then there was me. I lived on the apartments right behind the mango grove over there on Thurston, and I'd wait for the 5-minute bell. And when I heard it, oh my goodness, I had to go all the way down 2 flights of stairs. I had to go down through the mango grove. I was allergic to mangoes, and all the mangoes were falling down. And then I had to pass Auntie Holly's dog, Musashi, big guard dog who was like 100 years old. He can hardly lift his head up, but I had to make it around him. And then I had to go all the way past the termite palace called the dormitory and dodge all those coconuts that were hitting the roof, rolling off onto the ground. And then I had to pass the principal's house, and I think Rick Roy I could see him in the window over there. And then I had to pass the gym, the big monkey pod tree, the parking lot. And then I had to go 2 flights of stairs up. And then I had to remember what class I was going to and where that class was located. And then when I got there, I was a little late, and Miriam's already sitting in her desk over there. But anyway, people were dedicated, I'm telling you. We will be blessing the food soon. But before we do that, and speaking of food, did you know that Miranda Hall, the cafeteria, was named after Stella and Verdon Chow and Malcolm and Lambert's grandfather? Yeah. Now we know McCaig Hall, we know Miranda Hall, and while we're still thinking of food, did you know that, and I don't see Andy, is Andy here this evening? Did you know that Andy and Norma Rodriguez have owned and operated Andy's Sandwich and Smoothie Shop for like, I don't know, 30, 40 years, forever? They are an icon in Manoa. It's where many UH coaches and players have frequented over the years. They were featured in the Hawaiian Air in-flight magazine for a while, standing in their green aprons in front of their store. Except now if you go there, it's hard to see because of the poke shop that opened next door and the big line that kind of goes around in front of there down to Starbucks. But did you know that Andy was cooking 2 turkeys a day for like 30, 40 years? You know how many turkeys it is? That's a lot. Anyway, they were alumnus classes of, anybody know where Andy and Norma were? I know Andy was an honorary, right? 63? Oh, he was honorary 83. Right. Yeah. Andy was a slow learner. He told me 83, even though he's like what? Anyway, we're going to start the food service soon. Is Ane? Where's Ane? Are they here? Oh, okay. We're going to announce you here very shortly. Oh, take my time? Oh, okay. All right, they're ready, which is great. So one more here before I announce our music for this evening. Did you know that Clayton Nalawai, class of 1955, Alan Nalawai, class of 1956, Buddy Nalawai, were all part of a famous Hawaiian group called the Surfers? You guys, some of you guys remember them? I was way too young. Headlining in Waikiki as well as on the mainland in the 50s and 60s. Clayton was also known as an Aikido master teaching people around the world. Buddy has been the organist of the famous Kauai Hau Church for the past how many ever years. Their youngest brother Mike, where's Mike? He's another talented bugger. They were all talented singers. And we're so lucky to have Mike helping us here this evening. And after the Surfers, we have a group here that is going to take after the Surfers in Waikiki. Their name is Ane. They won a recent Hoku Award, a very prestigious musical award in Hawaii. Ane. You can see them. You can see them at the Halekulani Hotel every Thursday evening. Halekulani is the most prestigious hotel in Waikiki. At the House Without a Key on the beach every Thursday evening. And then you perform Wednesdays at Outrigger Reef. Are they 3 of you or 2 of you? Oh, okay. So, yeah, sorry. I'm having, my notes are not here because I forgot to ask before I came up here. We have Grant Kono, class of 2011 Hawaiian Mission Academy. Henry Chang, Kamehameha. Dane Fujiwara.
Honorary class of 2004 HMA.
Honorary class of 2004 HMA. All right, before they start playing, we're going to have our Pastor Tim Nelson come up and bless the food. After he does that, the Ala Moana Hotel staff is going to dismiss you because I didn't want to, because otherwise people would get mad if you were last. So thank you, Ala Moana Hotel. After the prayer, then the music will start, and then you will start being dismissed. I believe they're going to start with the head tables here. So thank you, everybody. Enjoy the meal, and we'll be back at 8 o'clock.
Well, I know there's some hungry people out there, so let's bow our heads. Father in heaven, we thank you for HMA. We thank you for the opportunity it has given each and every alumnus to glorify you, to learn of you, and to share you. Lord, we want to thank you for the teachers and for the administrators and for the staff that showed your glory through their love of each and every one of us. Now, Lord, we ask that our legacy from HMA will be one that lifts you up and draws sinners into your embrace. We thank you, Father, for the food. In Jesus' name, amen.
Check, and way less mic too. Check 1 2. Check. How's it, everybody?
Hey.
I'm Grant.
Hey.
This is Ekolu. This is Dane. We just play Hawaiian music. If you guys want to come to the Halekulani on Thursdays,
Check
please
1
come.
2
If you guys
2
want to come to
2.
the Outrigger Reef on Wednesdays, please come. If you guys want to dance a hula from your May Day, Jacob Chan. Please come on down. Kalai too. If you want to dance one too, Kalai, come on down. Yeah. They got to go in the back and practice. We have the videos running for them. But mahalo nui. Before we even get started, I want to just say,
Mic check, yeah.
the reason that I can play music in any capacity is because of HMA. My dad started learning ukulele in 2nd grade at HMEI. I grew up in California. But because of guys like Uncle Mike Nalawai, like Uncle Ruben Quijano, everyone that is in California in Loma Linda, we used to get together every month and we would have Kanikapila. And because of those guys, I can play music like this now, for real. So thank you guys. If we can sing anything for you guys, let us know. Uncle Mike, if you like sing one too, let us know. Thanks. It's good. I don't know. Where are we going? What you like? Yeah? Maybe G?
Check, yep. 1 2, we're good. Check 1 2 2 2. Mic 1 2.
Oh, it's the chord. It's the chord.
check 2 and 2.
Two, check 1, 1, 2, 2.
One, two. Yep. Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, mic check. Oh, there it is. Yes. Okay. Check. Yeah.
1, 2, 2.
Mic check 1 2. 1 2. Is it in the
Thanks, me.
main?
Check 1, 2.
Mic checking.
Probably more from that.
I don't think it's in the main. I think it's a
1, 2,
monitor
2.
mix. Mic check. Mic check 1 2. Yep, that's the one. Right on. Mic check 1 2. Yep. Okay.
Anyway, thank you guys for coming and supporting HMA. It's not often that I get to see this many people from HMA all at one time. To get you started on your food, this is Heono. Some medleys on food, some medleys on fish.
Akela kauno makelo piccola kahimo mona picco cannenuela liha liha valle kemmomoni okula oka o io alla mekke kaila oka o pelu e pepelu annala he onno tomi to ito puute momoni atu he onno he onno he onno I ono he onno no he onno no Akewa kono makelo piccola kahimo mona picco cannenuela liha liha valle kemmomoni okula oka o io halla mekke kaila oka o pelu e pepelu annala he onno tomi toho ito puute momoni atu he onno he onno he onno I ono he onno no he onno no Maybe koi oi ike a kulela a hei a I ka honula ho I ho o e kahi a naila me kamani ni pule hui ala o ke kole kai a maka o na laha he onna jomi toho ito pu te mamoni atu he onno he onno he onno I ono he onno no he onno no Maybe koi oi ke a kulela a hei I ka honula ho I ho o e kahi a naila me kamani ni pule huiala o ke kole kai a makao naunala he onna tomi toho ito pu te mamoni atu he onno he onno he onno I ono he onno no he onno no Ashua Maccabees too heavy on the extra salad, 2 scoop rice on a hamburger bun, hot dog, kimchi, chili pepper water, aku mahi sandwich, I top it all off with the kiko man to show you. He on a tomi to ho ito puute mamoni atu. Amanabu pepe au o ole, he on no. Shua mecca beef stew, heavy on the extra salad, 2 scoops rice on a hamburger bun, hot dog, kimchi, chili pepper water, aku mahi sandwich, Top it all off with the kikkoman shoyu. He onna told me to hoi tau to pu'ute mamonia. Amana pua pepe au okole. Ah, he onna no. No.
Come on, Grant, one time. How about some guitar?
puhi paka e ai ka ko au e ka ono e He puhi ke ia e I a puhi paka e ai ka ko au e ka ono e Hai nara hai a mai na I a o ke kai e ai ka ko au e ka ono e Hai na I a mai na I a o ke kai e ai ka ko au e ka ono e au e ka ono e au e ka ono e Welcome. Please enjoy your food. Mahalo. Taking you to the island of Hawaii, to the leeward coast, the former capital of Hawaii Island. A medley of songs for Kona. Apama nakamani hele ulua o Kona kuana na ikapolia o kamakua hali ali amayana aka ano iyo daina aku home kula o pio aku home kula o pio Apamana kamakani hele ululua o Kona kuaina hana haikapolia o kamakua hali ali amayana aka ano iyo tahaina aku home tula o pio aku home tula o pio Henani mauli no o Kona ai ke kau mai a o ka opua Kamali no ke kai ma oki oki Hali ali amayana aka ano I o tahaina aku home kula o pio aku home kula o pio Henani maoli no a o Kona ai ke kau mai a o ka opua Kamali no ke kai ma oki oki Hali ali amayana aka ano I o tahaina aku home tula o pio aku home tula o pio Ala he kono kuloa mai ki awaiki he kipa na nea he hola kanaka he pahaina ai ho I me I kini ke ki alohana ta Hawaii he kuna hele hoi hoe na mako Hey ala, grand pono kuloa mai ke awaiki he kipa na nea e ho'ola kanaka e pahaina ai ho I me hei e kini ke ki alohana a Hawaii e puna hele hoi hoe na mako Henani ya he o luoru I hola I o hame I ta ae kai I leila oe he o lai Kei ki alohana ka Hawaii He puna hele hoi hoe na mako Hey ala, he kono puloa mai ke awaiki he kipa e na nea he ho'ola kanaka he pahaina e ho ine hei e kini ke ki aloha na a Hawaii he puna hele hoi o e na mako Ahe o Hawaii I nā kona Hawaii kau I ka maka o ka opua Hualalai kau mai I luna Ka heke iha o nā kona He aina belai o no nā kona He ka kamakani ahe o luai O ka paha kolona he aki ke hau Ai kaili o ka malihini Hano hano O kona kai o pua I talahi O pua hina no tau I ka mahali he pua e nā lai Ka maka o ka o pua o e no A he lua e rite aku ai Me kona kai o pua Ke kai maoti o ki Ke kai mahali no a o kona Ke kai mahali no a o kona Ai o Hawaii I nā kona Karai kau I ka maka o ka opua Hualalai kau mai I luna Ka heke ia o nā kona E na belai o no nā kona E me kamakani ahe o luai O ka maha kolona he ake ke hau Ai ka ili o ka malihini Hano hano O kona kai o pua I kalai O pua hina no kau I ka mahali e pua e nā mai Ka maka o ka o pua o le no A he rua e rite aku ai Me kona kai o pua Ke kai maoki oki Ke kai mahali no a o kona Ke kai mahali no a o kona Ke kai mahali no a o kona Mahalo. Thank you.
If I can have your attention, please. If you're enjoying the music, there will be a tip box on the table in the front. So if you're enjoying them,
Oh my goodness.
if you're enjoying them, Phil,
Yeah, but if you're not enjoying us, you cannot take money out, okay? If you're not enjoying us, you cannot take money back, okay?
no man, these guys, show them what HMA is, man. Woo.
Hey, thank you guys for Alumni for having us. I'm just happy to see this many people from HMA because it's only, oh my gosh, please. It's only well, I get to see my friends like Jake and Kalai every so often. I get to see my cousin Chris guys every so often. But all my aunties and uncles I don't get to see that much. So thank you guys for supporting HMA. Thank you.
Wahiki no ea e hele ana lai me ka I pona nuahi ana uno ia honi ho o ka hilai tai pela hao ta hua
unoia tavele neila. Ko kamami o mio. Ko henga kapo popolai. Ai ai ka helelu. Ana unoia tavele neila. Ko kama ami o mio. Haina ia mai hana ka puana lai. Shuhoi ke le pera. Ana unomia hori ho'okahi lai. Kai pela o ta ua. Haina ia mai hana ka puana lai. Shuhoi ke le pera. Ana unoia ni ho'okahi lai. Kai pela o ta ua.
Nā ka pua o kai ke aloha Ea Nene e o kai o Maui Nā ka pua o kai te aloha Ea Nene e o kai o Maui Kona no kohai Hawaii Eia Makaili kai a o mamala Kona no kohai Hawaii Eia Makaili kai a o mamala Maula mai hoi ke aloha Kume no no hiki a koe Maula mai hoi te aloha Eia Kume no no hiki a tuai Haina ia mai ka puana Eia Nā ka pua o kahi ke aloha Haina ia mai ka puana Eia Nā ka pua o kahi ke aloha I paua ko kaleua I paua ka make make
Say to Pawa, for our way only mo.
Oh, yeah. I'll take one in a little bit.
For those of you who are in line getting your food and you didn't hear the last announcement, we want to show our love. We want to show our love.
Thank you.
Yeah, but if you missed the last announcement too, if you're enjoying it, yes, there's like a little box over here. But if you're not enjoying it, you cannot take anything back. I gotta say that again. Mahalo nui. Mahalo nui. And if any of you guys, I don't know if you guys actually dance hula or you guys only did it May Day or you only did. But if you do know a hula and you want to come dance a hula, please have it.
When did we do the virtual thing? Was that in 2020 or 21? You know, HMA. So I am not a graduate of HMA. Some days I wish I was, because you know what? Because you guys support your own alumni way more than some of these other schools support their own alumni. And so when me and Ekolu get to be a part of HMA things, we absolutely love it, because our high school, our alma mater doesn't treat us like this all the time.
Man. Yeah.
But one of the fun things I remember from that virtual thing was we hear that you guys is really competitive. So that's what I remember, right? That's what they were saying, yeah. So apparently we're not gonna keep score, but 73 had put something over here. So like, I don't know. Look, that's what I hear. Right? You guys is nuts. I was watching the thing on the TV thing. I was like, bro, you guys is nuts.
Taking over the mountain to the windward side, a song written by Jerry Santos of the group Olamana. A song he wrote while he was away from Hawaii. He was in San Francisco. So many good Hawaiian songs are composed in this fashion. The composer is away from Hawaii. They miss home so much. And there are beautiful songs like this. Jerry Santos' composition, Kuhomi o Kahalu.
I remember days when we were younger. We used to catch opo in the mountain stream. Round the Kolau hills we'd ride on horseback. So long ago it seems it was a dream. Last night I dreamt I was returning, and my heart called out to you. But I fear you won't be like I left you. Ke aloha kuhome o kahalu. I remember days when we were wiser, when our world was small enough for a dream, and you have lingered there, my sister.
I no longer can it see. Last night I dreamt I was returning, and my heart called out to you. But I fear I am not as I left you. Me ke aloha ku home o kahanu. Change is a strange thing, it cannot be denied. It can help you find yourself or make you lose your pride. Move with it slowly on the road we go. Please do not hold to me, we all must go alone. I remember days when we were smiling, when we laughed and sang the whole night long. And I would greet you as I'd find you, with the sharing of a brand new song. Last night I dreamt I was returning.
Thank you.
And my heart called out to you to please accept me as you find me. Me ke aloha ku home o kahanu. Ke aloha ku home o kahanu. Me ke aloha ku home o kahanu.
That's Mr. Dan Fujiwara. Thank you guys. Mahalo. I always gotta make a joke because every time we go play anywhere, they always ask us, "Where are you guys graduating?" "Oh, you guys all went to Kamehameha." No. I make the joke. I say they made me go home after explorations. I went to Hawaiian Mission Academy, and they say, "Oh, the one next to the Pali." And I said, "No, that's Hawaii Baptist." So, "Oh, that's the one that they don't know." But the guys that do know, they always have family that went, and I always gotta ask them, "So who do you know? Who do you know?" And they always keep naming guys from Hawaii Baptist, so it never works out. It never works out. Taking you farther out on the windward side to Punalu'u, where they just had a sinkhole, so don't drive that way if you guys are going back. Don't drive that way. Drive the other way. Featuring the voice of Mr. Ikolu Chang. Oh, no, Punalu'u.
kau aela iluna lai ke pono ia ka pai o pua Uluhua vale au I ka mahina kau ahi ahi E kau aela iluna lai ke pono ia ka pai o pua Aloha la, he aloha ku'ulei hina hina Ele, hea mai la e kaua la e kamau kau ka hoe hewa He aloha la, he aloha ku'ulei hina hina Ele, hea mai la e kaua la e kamau kau ka hoe hewa no ya oela I ko awihi maka ana mai I ke ia ka mea mai mai la Awi e ke kei dumu pali I hewa no ya oela I ko awihi maka ana mai I ke ia ka mea mai mai la Awi e ke kei dumu pali Aloha la, he aloha ku'ulei hina hina Ele, ia mai la e kaua la e kamau tau tau e hewa He aloha la, he aloha ku'ulei hina hina Ele, ia mai la e kaua la e kamau tau tau e hewa Nani o manoa vehi ka ua tua hine kupa o ka aina He nani o manoa vehi ka ua tua hine Maole o a kaka kau mai una me ka mai ana panapa wai ha ke ha Ui maole o a kaka kau mai una me ka mai ana panapa Kapi o mahalo ana mai o ke anu e nue Kahi kona nino ia kaui Kahalani kela kela O kapi o ana mai o ke anu e nue Kahi kona nino ia Nahia mai ana kabuana he nani o manoa nehi I kaua tua hine Haina haia mai ana kabuana he nani o manoa Saua tua hine
Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. a selfish plug of mine and Ekolu's is we really appreciate, whenever Grant gets asked to do anything for you folks, and then we say yes. We get so excited because it's like the adoration that you folks as HMA Ohana have for Grant Kono. It's amazing, and we love it.
No,
See,
thank
look
you.
them.
No, thank you guys.
Look them.
I can take none of the credit. A lot of you guys love my grandpa first, so thank you guys for loving me too. Thank you guys for loving me too.
I don't know if it's a golden child or prodigal son. One or the other, one of the two. But I tell you, man.
The golden child.
Nah, I never went that far away from home,
Oh.
prodigal son. No way. I never did any of the bad
man.
stuff. None of that. Always good boy. Always good boy. So like that's my Uncle Johnny, the one that's the MC. I don't know if you guys know. I'm a Kono too. That's my dad is over there.
So it's genetics.
Uncle
So it's
Johnny can
genetics.
talk into the mic too. My grandpa was a minister for Manoa Seventh-day Adventist Church. Anyway, like Uncle Johnny had mentioned earlier, we were very fortunate to win Nahoku Hanohano Award in 2019. Thank you. And this year we're up for Single of the Year for one of the songs we had just put out last year. Dane's wife and their family is from the island of Lanai, and in 2019, just before COVID and just before all the craziness had happened, we were fortunate enough to go to the Lanai Heritage and Cultural Center to celebrate their 10-year anniversary. And upon returning from that trip, Ekolu had put some words and some thoughts down onto some paper, and that had turned into a song. And that song is now up for Single of the Year at the Nahoku Hanohano Awards this year in 2020. Mahalo. If you guys want to tune in, it's going to be July 20th. That's a Wednesday at 6 p.m. I think it's on TV. So
Yeah.
even if we don't win, you guys can watch it, and we can wave at the camera. anyway.
Yeah, we'll be nominated. Yeah.
But for us, just to even be nominated at all, to be considered among some of the greatest in Hawaiian music is a huge blessing. So, original music by our very own. This is Dear Lanai.
You help me understand. Live your life to see the laughter in the ones you love. Ooh, Lanai. It's your soft, cool breeze that bring back the memory of all the times we've shared. Kamalapau henani ono ke awakumoku I ka ehu o ke kai. Ooh, Lanai. I'll be back someday with a gift of my lily. You're my home, sweet home. You're my home, sweet home. Kamalapau henani ono. Ke awakumoku I ka ehu o ke kai. Ooh, Lanai. I'll be back someday with a gift of my lily. You're my home, sweet home. You're my home, sweet home. My home.
That's our newest single. Yeah, Dila Na'i. Mahalo.
And Dane always says it. Every gig we play, Dane says, if you guys like free things, and I know Adventists love free things. You guys can find our music on Spotify, on Apple Music, on YouTube. It's all over there. If you guys want to listen to us in person, come please to Waikiki. I know it's a pain. It's a pain sometimes to come to Waikiki. We don't tell them about Sundays, Antiterra. We don't tell them about Sundays. But if you guys want to come to Waikiki on Thursdays, on Wednesdays, just let me know. For real. Just call me and say, hey, I was your mom's classmate. I was your dad's classmate. I was your mom's honorary classmate. I was your honorary classmate. I don't know. Just come.
Oh, thank you.
Another song off that album, and I'd like to send this next song out to Uncle Mike Nalawai. This one, when I was a young kid, Uncle Mike, I remember this for a fact, we were at Uncle Kavika Smith's house in Redlands. We were playing music at Kanikapila, and I asked you about this very song. I said, Uncle Mike, what key should I sing it in? Should I sing it in this one or in that one? You said, the highest one you can sing it in, but don't sing them flat. And I said, okay.
There you go.
Okay. And years and years and years and years and years later, we were in the studio trying to put music on an album. A song taking to Kauai, written for Navili Vili Harbor. Uncle Mike, I only sing them as high as I can now because of you. So, right on. Navili for the island of Kauai. Mahalo. So we had a request for a hula.
Yes.
And Auntie Sarah Lynn, I was gonna do it, but I mean, if the first lady of Hawaii said that I gotta do it, I gotta say it. But this is Auntie Sarah Lynn Chow, and we take you to the island of Maui at this time. A song written by Auntie Irmgard Aluli Farden for their family estate there outside of Lahaina. Just watch out the chords. This is pool mana.
Yeah, just push them all to the back, Andy. You can push them. Oh, honestly, unless they come over here, I can move clear all this. You want to come up? Okay, okay.
Puamana kuhomeilahina mena pua alaonaona kuhomeialohaia Puamana kuhomeilahina mena pua alaonaona kuhomeialohaia Kuhome ikauno kaniu o kaniu ku kila kila hena pena pe manie
Home nani.
Home nani Home ika e kai Ke konane akamahina Ike kai havana vana Aina Ia mai kapuana Kuuhome ilahaina Ivihame kahau oli Aina Ia mai kapuana Kuuhome ilahaina Ivihame kahau oli
Auntie Sullivan, ciao.
Wow.
Who else can we call to dance a hula? Who else can we call
Wow.
to play hula tag?
Wow.
Miss Kennison Celeste.
Wow. Waikiki Shell. Take it easy, Waikiki Shell. Wow.
So
Wow,
Auntie
how-
Sarah wants to play hula tag, so we're gonna play hula tag.
Yeah.
Celeste, Auntie Sarah was asking for you. Where you stay?
Specifically.
Hi, Auntie. With beautiful akuli kuli lei, just lovely. That is lovely.
Is that Buzzy? Is that from Buzzy? That's from Buzzy. I could tell.
Oh. Sir Histo. Sir Histo.
Buzzy made all of those? No way. Hi, Auntie. I'm Grant. Aloha. Nice to meet you. What can we sing for you? Kaulaini. Yes.
One verse,
Just the one verse 2 times. Okay, okay.
So as you can tell, so these, if you guys see these beautiful lei walking around, there's only a few of them. There's one in the back. I'll go Randy get one. Auntie Celeste get one. This is made from one of the finest lei makers in all of Hawaii, Mr. Buzzy Histo. These are akuli kuli. And if you folks, I mean, they have them on the off-ramps in California because they grow in high altitudes with cold water. But we do a song for the Paniolo, for the island of Hawaii. This is Kaula'ili.
Irulo tapu
for the island of Hawaii. With beautiful akuli kulile, that's Auntie Celeste. Auntie, do you know anyone else we can call? We can play hula tag with. I can get the CD out, Jake. You like dance hula?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Elili uelili uhoi peheo. What's it now? Kalai, you too. Kalai. I'm not even gonna say that in the mic because I can get beat up if I say that in the mic, Auntie. I don't even live at home and they would kick me out.
We got a request for.
No, you don't say that either. So where those akuli kulile come from is the island of Hawaii. They're in Waimea, and it's actually a dear friend of ours, Mr. Buzzy Histo, that's sewn all of those wonderful lei. So we do this next song for Waimea. For Kaua ki pu'upu'u. He aloha no Waimea. He aloha no Waimea. No hoi au ka iu. Aila ila ka ini. Me kaua ki pu'upu'u. Upua e kahi manao, a e kea o mana, kawe ho ka hela hela, I ka poli o mauna kea. Upua e kahi manao, a e kea o mana, kawe ho ka hela hela, I ka poli o mauna kea. For Waimea and for those beautiful akuli kuli. Mahalo.
I was just telling them, I was telling Grant and Ekolu earlier that so for the akuli kuli comes from the hands of Buzzy Histo, and we had one trip that we went to Waimea to stay with him, and so Buzzy goes and he shows us this picture of this beautiful Hawaiian woman, and then she says, and then Buzzy says, "Do you know who this is?" And I knew who it was because of my time. I'm from the island of Maui, and so from my time on the island of Maui, and I was like, "Oh, that's Makalapua." And he was like, "How do you know?" Well, I live on Maui, or I'm from Maui. And so I feel like it's been years. It's been so many years since I have seen you, and you look beautiful as ever. The first time I met Makalapua was my audition for some luau that I was trying out for. Yeah. Yes, it was. That was my first time meeting Makalapua, and so we're gonna impose oils on her.
Not only is she a beautiful hula dancer, but just pipes of the gods, as we say.
I was telling them, I was like, oh, I can tell you who this is when he was walking by. Because yeah, there's this beautiful picture in Buzzy's house. Yeah, you're on Buzzy's wall. You know how? Yeah. He better because my daughter is child. Oh, got it. We all see. Oh, hit it. Okay, I'm gonna take a break because I had a man. Okay.
Okay, mahalo. Yeah, this group is just simply amazing. Give them a round of applause, please. Yeah. Yes, mahalo nui. I am from the class of 1971 through marriage. My name is Makalapua Kanuha Bangkako, and yes, we come from the island of Maui, from the district of Lahaina. But you know, I know we have plenty aunties out there that can dance hula. So what we can do is, no need come to the stage, just stand up right where you stay, and we're going to dance Papalina Lahi Lahi, because that's like the national hula anthem. So aunties, wherever you are, you can hula noho, you can stand up and dance hula. That's my kai. Habau ya oela, ko papalina lahi lahi, ka opulu maoyala, ka une une oke kai. Hello habau ya oela, ko papalina lahi lahi, ka opulu maoyala. Salami kia namai, ua iki hono ela, ua e ua koia. He hano i kaula, o salami kia namai, ua iki hono ela, ua e ua koia. Yala, mai ke hoa ka iu, he ahano ho I kaula, sapula le ana mai. Haavi he molele yala, mai ke hoa ka iu, he ahano ho I kaula. Sabula le anamai, haina mai kapuanala, ko papalina lahi lahi, haina ho kapuanala, he aloha bau ya oe, haina mai kapuanala. Ko papalina lahi lahi, haina ho kapuana, e aloha mau ya oe. Mahalo nui, mahalo. Oh, okay. Okay, so if I go hana ho, then you can dance hula waikaloa. Come, hula mai, waikaloa. Come. Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
I didn't set you up, but
I didn't say
kupuna
anything.
mahalo. Yeah.
I
How
didn't say
did you-
anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I promise.
Because you know, whenever I think about waikaloa, I think about Buzzy. But this waikaloa is actually on Maui. Yeah. Okay.
HMA.
So
We
will
love
show
you,
All your
HMA.
talents. All your talents.
And I hope you guys love this guy as much as I love this guy. You're in for a treat. You are in for a treat.
This is how we hula tag. Tag, you're it. Ai ai bai kaloa, ho me ho o ki pa malihini, hume ana me ke aloha, hi ka leo kamakamaka. Ai ai bai kaloa, ho me ho o ki pa malihini, hume ana me ke aloha, hi ka leo kamakamaka. Ahuli aku au mahalo, I ka nani au kauiki, hoi anani no ia, o ka hale I pukukui. Ahuli aku au mahalo, I ka nani au kauiki, hoi anani no ia, o ka hale I pukukui. O sanoi a taua kea, kaulana nea o hana, he kaua malua lua, he uhai ana I kanoe. O sanoi a taua kea, kaulana nea o hana, he kaua malua lua, he uhai ana I kanoe. Haina mai ka puana, waikaloa I ka hano hano, o me ho'o ki pa malini, he titi maolino. Haina mai ka puana, waikaloa I ka hano hano, o me ho'o ki pa malini, he titi maoli. Hana ho, hana ho, hana ho. Haina mai ka puana, waikaloa I ka hano hano, o me ho'o ki pa malini, he titi maoli. No.
Your very own.
Yeah.
HMA,
right,
we promise. HMA, we promise that this is the only type of dancing that Grant gets money for. We promise. You guys had raised one good son, okay? We promise.
Hana ho.
It's the
One more
oh,
time.
there's okay. I can grab him.
Let's give him a hana ho. Hana ho. Last one. You can throw money at me too anytime. Come on, man. Then you gonna take the money back?
Okay, thank you guys. We gotta get off the stage pretty soon. This is gonna be our last song. We do this for Hokulea. We do this for all of Hawaii. We do this for you guys. Journey home safely after this. There's more to come in the program. And like Dane said, I promise that's the only type of dancing I ever do for money. I promise.
So far.
night. Oh, while we sail away our time. Blow Makani, shout jubilation. Carry us home to our destination. Oh, Vicky, Vicky, Akela Tahiti. Millions of stars up in the sky. Looking up, they all make us high. Hokulea, star of gladness.
You're the happy star.
Star of gladness. Lift your bow, your whole slides through the sea. Glide Hokulea, Lord, we ask you please. For this we pray, our Lord, to show us the way. Hokulea, star of gladness. Grand Pono. Stand beside me, be my friend. Make me smile, laugh again. Oh, Kulea, star of gladness. Oh, Kulea, star of gladness. Lift your bow, your whole slides through the sea. Glide, oh, Kulea, Lord, we ask you please. For this we pray, our Lord, to show us the way. Hokulea, star of gladness. Hokulea, star of gladness.
So family and friends, thank you so much for having us. I'm a proud alumni of Hawaiian Mission Academy, and I hope you guys are too. So from Jane, from Ekolu, from myself, thank you so much. If you guys want to come to Halekulani or Outrigger Reef, just let me know. Come on down. We'll leave you with this.
Happy,
happy, happy star.
happy,
Happy star. Aloha.
Hey, Nay, let's give him another hand. Hey, Nay. Woo! HMA product over there. What are you doing now? What are you going to do? Okay, we're going to do the centerpiece giveaway before everybody runs away. Plus, we got our 2 guest speakers coming up. So the way they're going to do the centerpiece giveaway, because there's a lot of good stuff in that basket. I know you've been eyeing it. Here's the way it's going to work. If everybody can kind of start taking their seats back again. Okay, the centerpiece giveaway is called Rough Take Under the Table. So we're going to put the centerpiece under the table, and then at the count of 3, everybody stand up by the wall. We're going to put blindfolds on you, turn out the light so you don't peek. Then when everybody's going to march around the room and the music stops, you're all going to run, try find your table. First one to dive under it, pull it out, gets it, okay? You got it? Okay, on the count of 3. Wait, whoa. Wait, she said maybe somebody might get hurt, so you got to think of something else real quick there, Lisa.
Oh, you guys was ready, huh?
What's in that centerpiece?
Yeah, it's some goodies. There's
Wow.
some goodies. Okay, that is not the way we're going to do it. there were some of our newest alumni, like 3 weeks old and 1 year old. They were handing out these little Hapa brownies in a bag. Check your table. Did you get it? Do you have it? Somebody pick it up. Somebody pick it up. Okay. So you thought that A was gonna, that was their last song. They're gonna play a song, and while they're playing that song, you need to pass those Hapa brownies around. Okay? Don't throw. Be nice. All right? When the music stops. When what?
When the music stops.
Thank you, Grant.
Oh, I was paying attention.
You give everything to Grant and these guys up. No, I'm just joking. Okay, when the music stops, the person who has the Hapa brownies gets to choose whether they get the centerpiece or the Hapa brownies. If they choose the centerpiece, then they get to give the Hapa brownies away to somebody on their table, and vice versa. Do I need to repeat the rules?
But what if there's only 2 people on a table?
I'm not. If there's only 2 people on the table, then,
There
you know,
go. Just
dunk in a
pass
pool.
it forth.
If husband and wife, they get everything.
You gotta go over under
Oh,
if it's only
Marshall.
2.
Too good. Okay, where's your Hapa brownies? Are you ready? What do you mean, wait?
Guys ready?
Are you
No.
ready? When
guys
when
ready?
you want to go? Okay, ready?
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
To HMA, our academy, we will dedicate our all.
Pass it.
As we train for service in the war, we will answer to the call.
How come that's not passing?
Loyalty
You gotta
and
pass-
purity of pledge in our
That's too
colors, blue
slow.
and white. O'er
Okay,
the
2 seconds
shores
in the
and
hand,
o'er
2
the waves
seconds.
we shine our beacon light. HMA, that's who that stands for right. Oh, in the
Pass
game
it
of life,
along.
our honest strive true to our blue and white. We'll strive for honor, be it home or field afar, with our aim before us like a glorious star. You have taught us courage, we will never mar. Our alma mater, HMA.
Yay.
Okay, who won? Who won?
Who did it land on?
Wow, Auntie, you
Who
won.
did it land on?
Hey, you guys, I never hear you guys singing.
Thank you guys. We
Stop with
see you.
that.
Aloha. We see you in the future. Mahalo nui.
Okay, if everybody can get back to your seats. If everybody can get back to the seats, we're going to introduce our speakers in just a minute. While you're getting back to your seats, okay, can I have your attention, please? Everybody's having a great time. I just want to say this is being live streamed, and we're getting some comments from people that are watching. We have one from Ku'ule, Stanford. Looks like everyone is having a blast. Mom Stella, Marischal Crouch, and I are watching from home. Aloha. So everybody say hi to Auntie Stella. Dian Lau, God bless. Greetings from the Lau family. Hello, Dian. Alan Roy, it just says, hey, H-E-Y. Wow, 100th anniversary. God bless Hawaiian Mission Academy and all those who have ever attended. Shaka sign. Are you ready to go? Okay. Okay, now that we're seated again and we have your attention, in your bulletins, there was the write-ups of both Yutaka Niihara and Alan Ho. So hopefully you've had a chance to read them, because I'm not going to do a long formal introduction, because I want them to have the time to speak. So, everybody listen up here. We are so fortunate to have the two guest speakers. The first one, if you read her bio, Yutaka Niihara came to us in HMA as a young man, and if you see what he's done, it's amazing. Yutaka, our 78 class grad, is known worldwide for developing a treatment for sickle cell. He's world renowned, and we are so privileged to have Yutaka here today to give us a few words. Yutaka, thank you so much, and Sumi, for coming out and being with us today.
Thank you, Johnny. And Johnny really has this. Oh,
let me see if I can.
Yeah, sure. Thank you again, Johnny. Johnny has really a special talent. He always did. He can make people feel comfortable, because if it weren't for Johnny, I don't think I could have had my dinner tonight, because I was so nervous coming in here. And 100 years, well, that's pretty amazing. Because yeah, a lot of things can happen in 100 years. In fact, I thought it was 100 years, but according to Johnny's reading, it's actually more like 125 years or even longer. But anyway, 1920, you know, the whole world was coming out of another major pandemic that we had. And then we were coming out of World War I. HMA was established. And then there was roaring 20s, right? Everybody was rich and everybody was spending money, having a great time, and then depression came. 1929, HMA was still there. And then 1941, 20 years later, Pearl Harbor. HMA was still there. And then, of course, 50s and 60s, civil rights movement and oil shock. And then, of course, I forgot to mention, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I have to make a disclaimer, or actually two. One is that I'm supposed to be really a warm-up act for the main speaker. So I was told I'm supposed to speak maybe 5 minutes at most, but many of my friends from my class was egging me on yesterday that I need to speak a little bit longer, so forgive me if I speak maybe a couple minutes longer. Yeah, so I have to recognize my classmates, and I may sound little partial to my class of 1978, but I don't mean to. I just know them the best among all of you. So that's the reason why. But anyway, 1959, 1960 were very, very important. Of course, Hawaii became the state, 58 states of this country, but also between 59 and 60, a bunch of great people were born. And they're the class of 1978. And then, of course, many things have happened since then, 9/11 and, you know, like a bunch of wars and things like that in 100 years. But, you know, I came to Hawaii when I was 13, and actually, I wanted to attend HMA, but HMA rejected me. They said I have to finish 8th grade before I can come back. So I came back when I was in 10th grade. And I attended public school for 2 years, and they were really nice. And Hawaii is a nice place, and you know, I don't know too many Hawaiian words, but I learned the word ohana. And ohana is a little bit different from family, because when we talk about family, we talk about nuclear family most of the time, nowadays anyway. But when we talk about ohana, we're talking about community as family. And that's exactly how I felt when I came to HMA. And also, actually, when I went to a Japanese church in Manoa, where Johnny Kono's father was the pastor, and you know, Johnny Kono's father really reflected the character of Christian. He didn't preach a lot. He said, I think he was a great preacher too, but he said he's not a good preacher. Instead, he was always looking for something that he can help. He was always recruiting young people and few people from church and going to help people find, furnitures for the poor people, or, help somebody move from one place to another every weekend. And the church was always full, so thankful and so happy. When I came here today, for some reason, I was a little nervous, but I couldn't stop smiling, listening to Johnny and all these people. And it's such a nice place. And Ohana, if you really think about it, family, who's the king in the family? Is it the father or mother or the babies? Well, usually, I don't know about the king or queens, but the babies really have the most power, They can dictate what we do. But Ohana is really like that. The stronger always help the weaker, and the weaker is going to find somebody that's even weaker and help them out. Father help the children, and the siblings help younger sister. HMA, our church is like that. And, I'm really, really happy and glad that I went to HMA, because HMA is a place where I learned, work hard, not to get ahead of other people, but work hard so you can help more people. I really feel, thank you. But no, this is really true, because if you really think about it, I've been in a place where we used to study and work really hard. I was never really good with athletics, but even athletics, you have to really work hard so you can get ahead of other people. And that's nice too, but it gets really old fast. But when you try to do something for other people, you become very persistent, you become very resilient, and also you really enjoy doing this. I don't think I could have learned this if I went to any other school in Hawaii. So that spirit stayed with me throughout my college and the rest of my career, I think. And I still enjoy doing this. And HMA is that type of place, and for 100 years, and I hope next 100 or 200 years, or until Jesus comes, or even after that, this spirit is going to continue. And I'd like to thank each of you, because each of you have helped me gain this spirit in me. And I hope I was able to help some of them when I was in school too. It's so nice to meet all my classmates after almost, not quite 50 years, 40 some years. Yeah, and most of them haven't changed at all, so I'm really happy about it too. But thank you.
Yutaka Niihara, world-renowned physician. Unbelievable. Thank you so much. Now our next speaker is, again, if you look at the write-up in the program, wow, what a person. Both of these people, God-centered, Christian values, Christian characters, being the best that they can be, and service to mankind, the theme of Hawaiian Mission Academy. So I want to introduce to you our good friend, Alan Ho, who is also a polo enthusiast, if you didn't know it. So Alan Ho, would you please come up and give us a few words?
Mahalo, John. Mahalo, Dr. Niihara, for sharing your great message with us as we remember and celebrate tonight's special occasion. Your experience is a bit of deja vu moment for me, and I suspect for a number of others. Took us back a few years when we were kids, if you can believe that. Okay, test question. How many of you graduated before 1972? You know what that means, right? You are all qualified to be called kupuna. Like it or not, it has been a bit more than 50 years since you walked the grounds of the old Kawananako estate. Think about that for a moment. This past week, many reflected upon the diverse experiences which shaped us. It is remarkable that for many here, the legacy of Hawaiian Mission Academy is also the story of our lives, as most of us have shared this great legacy for at least a half a century, some a bit more. And to those of you here tonight who are fortunate enough to be in Generation Y, we Kupuna present tonight a challenge to you to malama and care for this legacy for the next 50 years. You know, the evolution of education in Hawaii is a remarkable story. It is amazing when one considers that within 30 plus years, following the arrival of the first teachers to Hawaii, the native Hawaiians who for centuries relied upon their oral traditions became the most literate sovereign nation in the world. Think about that. 30 years went from only speaking the language to reading and writing the language. The value of education in our society occupies a select place of prominence. Yes, at the beginning, the vehicle for learning was the Bible, simply as a matter of practicality, and the dedicated group of New England missionaries. With Hawaii's isolated location and abundance of natural resources and its welcoming host culture, soon multitudes of adventurers arrived to what Mark Twain described as the loveliest fleet of islands that lies anchored in any ocean. The inhabitants of Hawaii experienced a tumultuous period of instability, including massive pandemics, deaths by the thousands, as well as development and growth, with increasing demands to expand international commerce and pressures by a small group of American businessmen to turn this idyllic place into a commercial hub of the Pacific trade. You know, the time at that point was ripe for expansion of education and faith. HMA's legacy of Christian education began in 1894 with, as my good friend John Kono must have read my speech, with a group of Chinese businessmen who desired to start a school to educate their children in the Western ways and culture. The Seventh-day Adventist leadership on the mainland sent Mr. and Mrs. Brand to secure property on Banyan Street in Palama, then called Navahi Place, to establish the Palama Chinese Academy on September 12, 1895. The initial class was 15 boys. During that period of time, the anti-Chinese policies of the United States, with its racist exclusionary laws, forced the Hawaiian and Chinese communities to expand their educational system. The Academy's reputation and success resulted in increasing enrollments, requiring larger campus, which was then located on North Kukui Street and Kamakela Lane across from St. Louis College, and then along with a new name, the Anglo-Chinese Academy. It soon attracted more children of other ethnic backgrounds from within the growing Honolulu business community. And by 1898, additional classrooms were added when the enrollment reached the total of 156 students. In the year 1901, with an increasing size of enrollments and a larger teaching staff and new facilities, the future of HMA looked pretty bright. The political turmoil, however, in China soon spread to Hawaii's Chinese community, with numerous Chinese business leaders playing a significant role in the overthrow of the Chinese monarchy. Those political conflicts resulted in a widespread disruption of the Academy's financial support, thus resulting with the foreclosure of the then Anglo-Chinese Academy. The school was reorganized in 1908 as Bethel Grammar School, led by Mr. Conway and Mr. and Mrs. Robert McKay, along with Bible instructor L.T. Heaton. The children of the Seventh-day Adventist congregation became the primary student body, now located in the basement of the Adventist Church on Kinau Street, with only 23 students. And in 1917, the school was relocated to the McKegg's family home in Kaimaki to accommodate an increasing enrollment within the program. The increasing need for a quality parochial education in Hawaii led to the additional purchase of 2 properties on Makiki Street for $19,000. The expansion of the curriculum in the academic studies and service as a center for all the islands resulted with a new name for the school. Thus, Hawaiian Mission Academy was selected on December 1919 when 59 8th and 9th grade students moved to the new Makiki campus. And that's what we celebrate, our Centennial Hawaiian Mission Academy. A full high school curriculum was offered along with a special department to teach English to Japanese students. And in 1924, the first graduating class from Hawaiian Mission Academy consisted of 12 students. Alfred Simonson assumed the leadership role with the enrollment reaching 280 in 1939, and the Makiki facility, including the spacious 250-seat auditorium, along with a printing program, was established and offered students enrolled a supplemental financial option to help pay for their school tuition. The curriculum was expanded to include vocational trades, and these courses allowed students to receive their first 2 years of college education in conjunction with Pacific Union and La Sierra colleges in California. Interestingly enough, World War II brought about a phenomenal increase of enrollments, more than doubling the student body, and additional land was purchased at Keomoku and Matlock Streets for the elementary division. With 250 students attending and the neighbor islands each with their own elementary school programs, the academy's enrollment was growing. In 1945, the present 3.5-acre campus was part of the Abigail Kawananakoa estate, which was purchased, now listen to this, for $130,000. Right. Construction began in the summer of 1949 with the special English classroom and additional 7 modern classrooms, teacher offices, along with a science laboratory for chemistry, physics, and biology. The Kawananakoa home was used for teacher quarters and the cafeteria. Thus, HMA began a new era. Hawaii Mission Academy, as we know it today, opened its doors in 1950 for grades 9 through 12, with an enrollment of 224 students, including teachers and staff. The Makiki campus became the elementary division. The first graduating class at the Pensacola campus consisted of 77 students. Remarkably, the footprint of the campus today has not changed all that much. Administration office was built at the southeast corner and the library was completed. Military building was brought to the campus and used as a dormitory for neighbor island students. The home and business skill classes used the 2-story unit to house the home economics and business departments. And additional Army surplus Quonset huts became the auditorium, the print shop, as well as the wood, photo, and auto shops. In 1957, the Kawananakoa home was demolished to be replaced by the George H. Miranda Hall cafeteria, the bakery, and living quarters for its manager. The Kawananakoa garden surrounding Miranda Hall was retained to be the centerpiece for the many Lay Day celebrations we all enjoyed and shared over the decades. I'm sure everybody has special memories of that place for May Day Lay programs. In 1965, the Quonset hut, print shop, and old wood shop were demolished to make room for a much-needed gym, music classrooms, maintenance complex, including a new regulation basketball court and 2 regulation volleyball courts with locker rooms for boys and girls, teachers' offices, restrooms, school auditorium, fine arts, classrooms, industrial arts, classrooms, and maintenance department. Now, that really upsets Governor Waihea and myself because they tore it down the year we left. In 1995, Hawaii Mission Academy celebrated its 100 years of Christian education in Hawaii. This year, we celebrate, pandemic modified, the 2019 centennial anniversary of Hawaii Mission Academy. How about a big round of applause for Hawaii Mission Academy? You know, these days we have students whose parents, grandparents, and even some great-grandparents who attended HMA. This remains an integral part of the Seventh-day Adventist worldwide education system, first established in 1872, which includes 7,000 highly qualified schools, colleges, and universities. Our alumni are a remarkable group of individuals who have achieved success and acclaim in every facet of Hawaii. Historically, our graduates have pursued professional careers in the medical profession. As a prime example, Dr. Niihara, whose career and achievements are exemplary. I think I am on pretty safe ground with the statement that the health and welfare of Hawaii is in good hands under the care of our alumni. We are well represented throughout the business community as well as the science and technology arena, and we cannot forget the talented number of musicians and entertainments as demonstrated tonight. Awesome. Our alumni have accomplished much in caring for our spiritual needs as well as our educational and social needs, with many of our alumni playing significant roles as pastors, educators, both here and throughout the country, and foreign missions as well. And we are extremely proud of our renowned Hawaiian cultural language and history expert, Kawena Pukui, who is considered one of Hawaii's greatest treasures. More recently, we learned of a member of the class of 1963, Dr. Gary Okihiro, who is a prolific author and a professor emeritus at Columbia and Yale universities. His expertise on the subject of American studies pertaining to ethnicity, race, and migration is internationally acclaimed, and his studies on the impacts of Hawaii's experience during World War II is remarkably interesting. Now, one of our special stars is John Waihee. Who became the 4th governor of Hawaii, as well as the 1st governor of Hawaiian ancestry. Now, if anyone ever doubts your abilities as an HMA alumnus to achieve success, have them speak to John Waihee. Those of us who grew up with John always recognized his keen intellect and talents as a natural leader. The question, however, was always, where was he headed? Some of our teachers scratched their heads from time to time, but you know, they never doubted his desire to succeed. John's experiences reminds me of a story about a brilliant scientist, Albert Einstein, who in a lecture to a class wrote on the board the multiplication tables for the number 9. When he wrote 9 times 10 equals 91, the students in the class scoffed. That is ridiculous, they commented. You're incorrect, it's not 91, it's 90. When the clamoring among the students stopped, Einstein commented, you know, despite the fact that I correctly stated 9 equations, no one congratulated me, but everyone ridiculed me for the one error. This means that even if a person is successful, society will notice his slightest mistake. So don't let criticism destroy your dreams. The only person who never makes a mistake is someone who does nothing. Isn't that right, Governor? Now, 2 very special aspects of our alma mater is the special English program, which we learned was a key element in the early creation of our institution, wherein foreign students attended HMSA as a sort of prerequisite to pursuing a Western educational dream and proficiency of the English language. Most of us viewed them as temporary students passing through Hawaii to pursue greater goals. However, recently I learned a different story, which I found to be quite amazing. It is the story of a young girl born here, but who returned to her family's homeland and who suffered greatly as a result of World War II. She eventually returned to Hawaii and enrolled in the special English program to regain her knowledge and skill of the English language. Her experience while attending HMA was so positive that she enrolled her children there. That young lady's name was Lillian Sasaki. That probably doesn't ring a bell. most of us know her sons, Craig and Max Yoshikawa. Let's hear it for Craig and Max. The proprietors of McKinley Car Wash, Lily and Sasaki Yoshikawa. Now there is an exceptional story. The other program I've always admired was the Medical Cadet Corps, or MCC, which was an elective or extracurricular course designed to introduce our young men to Army service as non-combatants. The objective was to instill in each of us a sense of service to our country. I am not exactly certain of when it actually started, but it was an active part of the courses in the 1930s and the 1940s. I recently had the privilege to sit and to share personal stories with Mr. Teruo Funai about some of his 1944 classmates and their experiences in the military during that period of time following World War II. Another alumnus, Dr. Stanley Tamashiro of the class of 51, also shared his experience with me of volunteering for the draft in 1954 and training at Schofield Barracks, and then being assigned to fulfill his commitment at Tripler Army General Hospital before heading off to La Sierra College under the GI Bill and to successfully pursue a career as a dentist. Now, one special memory I have was when I was either a second or third grade student at HME, and we were visited by a very special soldier, Medal of Honor awardee Desmond Doss, whom some of you may recall recently a more prolific story was shared through a movie called Hacksaw Ridge, where we learned of his heroics as a combat medic. My memory of that speech or talk in the auditorium full of students, we were transfixed on this Christian soldier and his story of how he stood by his beliefs and served his country, saving the lives of dozens of soldiers, both friend and foe, at great personal risk to himself. Throughout the years of war and service by our alumni, I have been amazed by the numbers, dozens of alumni who have served in one capacity or another, whether in a combat or a non-combat role, that we have for the most part escaped the most brutal aspects of combat. Yes, many of us earned the Purple Heart Award along with other awards, but in large part we have survived. The one exception was from the class of 1950, Franklin Izuo, who joined the Air Force and served as a crew member flying the C-47 transports with the 64th Squadron stationed in South Korea. One of Franklin's good buddies, a crew member on another aircraft, was scheduled to fly, but however became ill and could not fly on his mission. Franklin, being a true friend, volunteered to stand in his place. Sadly, the aircraft Franklin chose to fly on that morning of December 27, 1952, crashed near Haeungeon-ni, and now he rests with the angels in Punch Bowl. You know, we will honor Franklin by saying his name. In recognition and honor of our alumni who have worn the uniform, I just want to take some time to acknowledge their service. We have Alan Anduha, Manuel Anduha, Ricky and Billy Chang, Clinton Chur, Dr. Robert Chung, Chucky Cruz, David Faulkner, Teruo Funai, Dexter Gu, Tongi Gu, Edward Himeno, Mamoru Yamasaki, my brother Raymond, Mina Hokama, Sam Inaba, Masayuki Ishizu, Nobu Karimoto, Wilford Kimura, Alan Koide, John's father, Harold Kono, Curtis Lin, Mel Matsatsugu, Kenny McLean, Larry Miguel, Michael Nalabai, John Obata, Malcolm Onuma, Andy Rodriguez, Stanley Tamashiro, Terry Tominaga, and an incredibly special veteran, Margaret Mishima, of the class of 1946. Not only was it rare that females would join the service in those days, she served in the Air Force as a nurse and attained the rank and retired as a Air Force colonel, and that's pretty remarkable. By no means is this list of alumni who served complete. I am certain many more did, and eventually we will learn of their service. But for now, those names certainly have earned our gratitude and honor. Now, special request. Would all of our alumni present tonight who are veterans please stand to be recognized? It is long overdue. Mahalo for your service. Now, just for a special note, in, I believe it was May or June of 1968, my classmate, Michael Nalawai, and I served in the same infantry brigade, and we came across each other in the jungles of Vietnam. You remember that, Michael? You know, and we were so thrilled to be able to see one another that we started singing Hawaiian songs, and we ran out of Hawaiian songs. So Michael and I sang to HMA, our academy, in the jungle late one night in Vietnam. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alan. Good job, man. Alan Ho, Alan Ho. Remarkable. Two gentlemen that are just absolutely unreal. Now, I know that when I did my little history, the difference between an attorney and a karate teacher is the karate teacher just does bullet points and sets up the main speaker, who's an attorney. He does all his research, and you heard the difference, right? I set him up, and he did all the details, so thank you. Thank you. That was wonderful. That's the same way I was in school. It was all bullet points, and everybody else was detailed, but somehow I made it through. Before we do, we're going to do a roll call, and we usually do it in the beginning, but we're going to do it soon. But we're trying to keep everything going on time here, and I want to give Joe Lee his chance to come up and address us. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the endowment fund, and then we're going to do our roll call. Joe Lee, where are you? Oh, there he is. Principal of HMA, Joe Lee, new father.
Well, hello, and thank you so much for joining us this past weekend, and thank you for all your years of support of HMA. Over the past couple of days, I've had the pleasure of kind of spying and overhearing some of your conversations with each other in regards to just your memories of HMA, the times that you shared in the classroom, the memories that you have with your staff members, what you did when some of you skipped class, what you did and how some of you snuck out of the dormitory, and what you did at these school events. And what it affirms to me is just one of the blessings of HMA, and that is community. You know, people oftentimes, they say that you can't take anything to heaven but your character. Well, I would disagree with that, and I would state that you can take something else, and you can take your friends and your family. You can influence them, and you can win their souls for the kingdom, but you cannot do so without a good relationship with them. And that has been one of our focus areas at HMA. You know, of course, we all want academic growth. We all want academic excellence. We all want spiritual growth and excellence as well. But if HMA students aren't happy at school, if HMA is not a place where they can feel safe physically and emotionally, then they're probably not going to stay. And if they do stay and they are happy, then spiritual change and transformation is possible. HMA has always been and will continue to be a school that strives to educate students for eternity. And HMA will always be a school that strives to transform our lives. And even if a student only attends for 1 year or stays for all 4 years, it is our goal and mission that their life was made better because they attended HMA. And then whoever they marry and however many kids they have and however many grandkids they have and however many coworkers they have, that they would take those same blessings that they learned at HMA, share it with them, and all of a sudden the community is made better second and third hand or even fourth hand because of what they learned at HMA. And based on the testimonies that were shared yesterday and today, HMA was a transformational experience for many of you, and you have been bright lights in your respective communities. And we want that to continue, but we need your help. In the aftermath of COVID, our enrollment has decreased by 20%. Church subsidies have decreased. Staffing has decreased. Our academic program has decreased as a result. Inflation rates continue to increase. And minimum wage in Hawaii still stays the same. And what this all means is that it's harder and harder for families to make the decision to enroll students at HMA. In the past 2 years of COVID, though, we have received more givings from the Alumni Association than we have in a very, very long time. And so thank you to the Alumni Association and the community of HMA. But even with all the negatives of COVID, I would dare say that this past year was probably one of our most successful school years that we have had, at least in my 4 years. We have wonderful students who have bought into what we are and what we're trying to build at HMA, and it's definitely evidenced by the fact that there's, if we combine some of these students together, we'd probably have 2 tables full of just graduates from the last 2 and 3 years, and who are here today. They're all sitting in the back, trying to avoid staying on their phones. But we have wonderful students who have bought into what we're trying to do at HMA, brought into the overall mission of HMA. We have a staff who have genuinely care for not only the academic growth, but students' emotional and spiritual growth as well. And we are projecting an enrollment increase of 10% for next year. Our dormitory program since 4 years ago to now has grown 400% in Adventist students in the past 4 years. And more than half of our graduates continue their education in Adventist schools, which really wasn't the case 4 years ago. And so there's a lot of great things, and there's a lot, the future is bright for HMA, though we may be small. But we do need your help. We need your prayers for staff and current students, for potential students of the future. We need your support in creating scholarships of your own making to students who meet your specific qualifications. We need your support in providing funds for the HMA Worthy Student Fund. And we need your help in supporting to raise money for the deferred maintenance of our campus. Our campus has been long neglected for such a long time because people felt that, Jesus is coming soon, so it's okay, we'll just put a Band-Aid over it. Our Band-Aids we can't put any more Band-Aids on certain things, and we need your help in that. But most importantly, we need your help in sharing the experiences that you had at HMA. That is not just shared in this room and not just shared once a year, but is shared with the people in your community, and that you encourage people, their children and their grandkids to enroll at HMA, to want to experience the same blessings that you had, to pass it on to them, and to want it for them as well. God has preserved HMA for 100 years, over 100 years. And we believe that the work of HMA will continue with your help and blessing from above. And so if God impresses you to help in one of these areas, I'd be happy to speak with you. You're more than welcome to call or email or stop by the office or get your class together and figure out what you want to do as a class or as a family or as just a friend group or whatever it may be. Because we definitely want to see HMA be here for another 100 years, if Lord willing and if he's not here yet. And so we just pray that you would just continue to help us and pray for us, because we want the mission of HMA to continue. We want to continue to bring souls to the kingdom and to continue to transform lives. Thank you once again for your support of HMA.
We have been blessed with Joe Lee as our principal. I'm telling you, a lot of things has been done with him since he's been here. We're getting close to the end of the program, but there are a couple important things we'd like to do. In follow-up to Joe Lee, you saw us award Angie Kale with the award this evening to do with the endowment fund. Now, Angie Kale came in and kind of took the ball, helped it get it over the line and the goal, to tell you the beginning of the story and why we want you to get involved if you can, because all it takes is a few people getting together, making a commitment, and moving forward. And I'll tell you, a lot of people don't know this about that endowment fund. I can tell you right now that it started with 3 people that said they wanted to do something for HMA. And Sam Von Champagne, can you raise your hand over there, Sam Von Champagne? Sam, his wife Annie is a HMA, Annie 73 class. Now, our kids were going to the elementary school, Windward, and we decided we wanted to do something for HMA into the future. So Sam, Wally Yamashiro, you know Wally, he was a 73 grad. We lost him when he was 40. Myself went to the old China house over here in Alamoana. You remember the old China house? We had lunch. Sam said there's some funds that he's going to be getting, but he doesn't know what to do with it. And can you guys figure out something to do with it? I can tell you that the amount was $6,000. And so me, Wally, and Sam sat there and said, well, let's figure out how we can do an endowment for HMA. So we said, let's do matching funds. We got a hold of Kazu because we knew Kazu wanted to do an endowment fund. We got a hold of Ross Hyatt because we knew Ross Hyatt was good at raising money. And we got our heads together and we started a matching funds with $6,000. With that $6,000, it was a rocky road going forward. Kazu was the brains. We were the ones trying to figure out how to get it going. Ross was the money man. And little by little, people were getting attracted to this fund. And it took 16 years. But so many people, and if you were involved with an endowment fund, John, Lynn, Mario, and Coides, along the line, it took a collaborative effort of many people to keep pushing it forward. It was hard, it was rough, it was a political football being tossed back and forth. But at 16 years, and the main people that carried it most of that way was Kazu Teruya, Chris Hong, and Ross Hyatt. And in 2012, we hit the $1 million mark. We gave them a plaque for their, and now the rest of the story is, in 2012, we hit the $1 million mark and we're able to start funding the school. And from 2012, we've been funding the school a little over $30,000 a year for scholarships and needed things at the school. So in follow-up to Joe Lee's appeal, if any of you, all you have to do is collaborate, connect. That's what's happening tonight, is we're connecting. We need to see how we can help the school out in any way you can, whether you join the Alumni Association, whether you go to the school and help out over there. I mean, that's what it's all about, and that's what's going to move us in the future. So with that, we're at $1.3 million right now and trying to grow. Sam, he was in Thailand for the last 3 years, stuck there from COVID, while Annie and family were here. He just got back, and I saw him at Auntie Joby's service. Sam, if you'll come up, I would really like to give this, and let's give Sam a round of applause. Sam, your family, everybody needs to know, he's such a quiet, humble guy. He doesn't want to be recognized. Oh, we have to do that, Sam. Thank you so much, Sam. Appreciate it. So everybody get together and go to lunch someplace and talk about HMA. You never know what might happen. Now, we're going to do roll call, but before we do roll call, because I have a few minutes here, is the did you knows of a few more people. Did you know that Kimo Smith, class of 70, has been the organist for Loma Linda University Church for many, many years? You can see him on YouTube every Saturday. You go to LLU on YouTube, and you'll see him live. Kimo Smith, yeah. And do you know Kimo Smith's brother, another graduate of 1978, Kavika, he was just appointed a Superior Court judge in his district. Did you know that John Jones, dentist, class of 70, is a professional surfing photographer and has been taking photos for surfing magazines since the 1970s? Did you know Wendell Cole, class of what? 79. Class of 79. And you guys see him on Let's Go Fishing and all that. I was diving. He's the premier diver here in Hawaii. He was, let me see here. He was featured on the cover of Sports and Diving magazine a number of years back as a national free diving champion on the cover of the magazine. Did you know that Gary Kerstetter, raise your hand there, Gary, class of 1973. He's a retired dentist, and Loma Linda asked him to come back, and now he is in charge of all the worldwide dental missions around the world. Did you know that Dexter Emoto, class of 1972, has been an emergency room nurse at Loma Linda University for years? He has run over 105 marathons since graduating, and he's donated, I think it was like 1,000 pints of blood or something like that. I mean, this is service to mankind. Dexter Emoto. Did you know, and I had to throw this one in because her name is Jenny Kono de Jesus. Is she still here? Did you know that Jenny Kono de Jesus was a state women's amateur surfing champion in, what year was that, Jenny? 2003. Woo! Did you know, and this has to do with HMA and what it stands for, is, and I'm sorry I'm saying a lot of 73, 72, blah, 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 but that was my era. And I know there's so much more out there, but the class of 73 just had 2 pastors that retired after 40 years of ministry. So that is like right on, Jim. Okay, so just before we do the roll call, which is backwards because we usually do it in the beginning, I want to say that hold on here 1 second. This is the first time I'm getting lost in my notes. Oh, we'll do the roll call, then I'll find it. Okay, this is the way it's going to work. We practiced Friday evening at the park, but half of you weren't there. And we want everybody to participate, whether you were HMA or not, which reminds me, are there any veterans here that did not go to HMA that we can recognize and raise your hand? Anybody that, back there, Mike, Tom, up here, George, over here, Dougie. You're all a part of the HMA family. We thank you for your service and keeping them safe, both HMA and Ohana. Thank you so much. The way this is going to work now, okay, we're going to do it instead of by year, because we'll be here till tomorrow morning. We're all going to stand. I'm going to do it by decades. And if you did not go to HMA, again, just act like this is your reunion. You just don't recognize anybody because you haven't seen them for so long. When I yell your decade out, you're all going to scream and put your arms in the air. And then you're going to yell at your table what school, what year you were from, okay? And we're going to start from the youngest to the seniors. So everybody up. Let's go. Everybody up. Up, 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 up. You ate? You ate? Okay. Here we go. Shake it all down, everybody. Shake it all down. Okay, here we go. We're going to start with just the graduating class because they're special. Anybody here from the class of 2022? Woo! Oh, there's a group of them back there. Congratulations. You're part of the Hawaiian Mission Academy Alumni Association. Anybody here from the class of 2000 and 2001? Woo! Yeah, way to hear it. Way to go. 2010 to 2019. All right. 10 years. 10 years. I think they called it the plastic anniversary. I don't know what 10 years is. Anyway. 2000 to 2009. Woo! Okay. (1990 to 1999). Woo! And 1997 would be 25 years. It's a silver anniversary. All right. 1980 to 1989. Whoa. Wow, there's a lot of you guys here. Okay, get ready, guys. You got to show them up. Show them up. 1970 to 1979. Woo! Woo! Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Whoa! That was, boy, that was a decade. If you were 1972, it's your 50th anniversary. Woo! Golden. 1960 to 1969. Woo! Oh, wow, there's a bunch of you guys here. 1950 to 1959. Whoa, Llewellyn! Whoa, the bunker still can raise his hands. You're doing good, brah. 1940 to 1949. Angie Kale. Oh, Rose Teruya. Wow. Wonderful. Anybody else? 1949 to 1942. What year were you, Rose? 47. 75 year, right? 75-year anniversary. Fantastic. Anybody 1930 to 1939? Yeah, people think I am, but I'm not. Okay, you may be seated. Thank you. Now, we recently, well, over the years, we've been losing alumni, and a lot of them have gone before us. So I want to take just one short pause to honor our lost alumni and friends and families. Recently, we lost Auntie Priscilla, Auntie Velma, Auntie Joby, and I know there's others, but we're going to take just a short pause, bow our heads, close our eyes, silence for those that we have lost. Amen. We also lost Hugh Wynn recently also, who was a big supporter of this school. Such a big supporter that after retirement he came back and took the school on, and so we want to think of him also. Now on a positive note, there are many younger alumni that have just had babies or are expecting and maybe future HMA alumni. I saw Jakey, I saw a bunch of them that has them. Right on, Jakey. Okay, almost pal. Did you know that in the 60s, and those that, I heard a lot of you going, woo, woo, woo. Before the gym was built, asthma socials were held out on the parking lot. I know because I used to climb up the monkey paw tree in the corner and watch all of you guys hold hands while you skated with those metal skates, with the metal wheels, with the keys and the straps. I knew who all the hot couples were, so I see you out there. Every once in a while, someone would hit a pebble or a red bean, from the umbrella tree, or their skate wheels would get stuck in the volleyball net holes in the parking lot and they'd go flying. It was even worse when it started raining. I also remember watching couples holding hands in the old Quonset hut before the gym during Saturday evenings at the Lyceum travel logs, which you were either sleeping or holding hands. Then the gym was built, and everybody got to wear those bootstrap skates with the rubber tips on the top of them, and then we used to do the grand marches with Art Hicks. Remember that? So we have such fond memories of Hawaiian Mission Academy. Okay, hold on here. We might have to do another roll call while I find my place. Anyway, I guess what I needed to say is this. In the beginning, I said God had a plan, and that plan for a Hawaiian Mission Academy. And as you heard tonight and saw the people, it was just amazing how such a tiny little school on such a tiny little island, way out in the middle of the Pacific, could produce such people with strong, carrying the torch that was given to them for Mission Academy, with strong Christian values and characters, being the best that you can be, service to mankind, and the names I read tonight are only the tip of the iceberg. We are everywhere. We are in Hawaii, we are on the mainland, we are around the globe, and it is just unbelievable. So for me to you, all I can say is please stay connected. Please think of the school and our needs. And we're going to start closing. Where is Auntie Gail? Am I on time, Auntie Gail? Did I miss anything? Okay. The way we're going to close is this. Now that you're all proud about Hawaii Mission Academy, I think, if you're still awake, George, we're going to stand and with vigor, even though we sang it once already. Where's the alumni singers? That they said, anybody can be alumni singer. You guys want to come in and sing? Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, there's Grant. There's Russell. There's Lisa. There's Mike. There's Charlie. After we sing HMA Academy with pride and vigor, then we're going to have a closing prayer by Auntie Rhoda. Where's Auntie Rhoda? Okay, get ready. And after Auntie Rhoda gives us a closing prayer, we're all going to hold hands and sing Hawaii Aloha. And the words are on your program along with, what, Mom? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm hogging the mic. Okay, you got that? We're all going to stand up. Stand up, stand up.
Test 1 2.
Now with pride and vigor, get your program. And then we're going to have a prayer by Auntie Rhoda, and then we're going to all hold hands and sing Hawaii Aloha. Okay? I'm sorry. Here.
Testing 1 2.
Testing 3 4. Esther.
Sorry, I should have plugged it back in after.
No problem. Hey, so you know, when they gave me that award, I was so surprised. I was like, oh, what is what is this? But, you know, we have such a good gang up here that, you know, we had so much fun. It's like our own ohana within another ohana. So we'd like to invite any of you who would like to join our ohana, join the Alumni Association committee. Please talk to one of us because we'd love to have you be a part of our group.
Please.
Yeah, please. Yeah, very much so. And then also, how about Johnny tonight? Huh? You know, Johnny, Johnny doing the wax on, wax off. Hey, shine your head too. You know, you gotta. No, but Johnny was great. He took this on and says, you know, I'm gonna do this, and it was really a great night. Who had a great night, you guys? Right, we're not done, so we're gonna sing our alma mater. To HMA, our academy, dedicate our all. As we train for service in the world, we will answer to the call. Loyalty and purity are pledged in our colors, blue and white. From the shores and o'er the waves, we'll shine our beacon light. HMA, the school that stands for right. In the name of life, through honest strife, true to our blue and white. We will strive for honor, being over hill or far, with our aim before us like a glorious star. You have taught us courage, we will never more. Our moderation may. All right, we sang this song for the past 3 days, so you folks really know it. All right, here we go. Side by side. One more time. Last time, everyone. Side by side we stand, awaiting God's command, worshiping the saving King, living by His grace and moving on in faith. Jesus Himself will see us through. Meet me in heaven, we'll join hands together. Meet me at the Savior's side. I'll meet you in heaven, we'll sing songs together. Brothers and sisters, I'll be there. Soldiers all are we, to go where Jesus leads. We'll fight the foe and we will overcome. Heaven is our goal, to save every soul. Pray that we all will be there. Grab a hand. Meet me in heaven, we'll join hands together. Meet me at the Savior's side. I'll meet you in heaven, we'll sing songs together. Brothers and sisters, I'll be there. Pray that we all will be there.
You almost feel like crying. We'll meet you in heaven. John Kono, can I mention my brother Howard for tonight? I just want to thank him that he was a graduate of HMA. I want to thank HMA for being there for us. Dear Father in heaven, it's such a wonderful time for this past 3 days and to culminate it tonight at this banquet. Thank you, Father God. You are so wonderful. You planned this all. We didn't do anything but follow you, Lord. Glory be to you, Father God, because it is your love, Father, that you demonstrated at Calvary, that we can look forward to the banquet that you have planned for us, dear God. Oh, Father God, each one of us here, Lord, we want to commit our life to you, Father, so that when the banquet time comes, the eternal banquet, which won't be too long, Lord, you have a place for us, and we want to honor that roll call like John did for us. When you call us, Lord, we will be there, Father, and it won't be long, Lord. So thank you, God, that you love us so much. Thank you, Father God. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We're already planning our 200-year reunion. Andy Rodriguez and I have already signed up, so plan to be there. We want to thank all of you who came out near and far. We hope that we will stay connected. And please, don't forget your mugs and I have a few special Mauna Kea special lays going at half price now that the program is over. Aloha!